no easing up, it would seem, at least.
No, they're digging in. They're ready to put more sanctions on Turkey. They see this as something they won't back down on. Now you have a real test of wills between Trump and Erdogan, and neither one wants to look like they're giving in. So, we'll see how this ends. But as of now, there's no end in sight.
Now, we've heard from the finance minister about capital controls, how they're not going to happen, but he's been avoiding tough questions. He has done in a couple of news conferences, almost comedically on a couple of occasions as well. What about external debt? What about the reassurance for the markets here? What are we getting out of this?
Yeah, I mean, he's saying he wants a more balanced policy mix, but he's kind of hamstrung by the fact that the solution would be to raise interest rates, which is not on the cards there. There's been calls for them to do that. They've got inflation that's soaring at the moment. So that traditional policy prescription of just hiking interest rates, Erdogan's not a fan of. So there's been a lack of details. It's like, how do you...
a lack of action, actually, fundamentally.
Well, he said they want to save money, tighten up the budget, but investors are waiting to see if that's actually going to materialize on the fiscal side.
Also, we've got Ankara out there trying to call on Berlin and Paris here as well and shore up some of these old allegiances to... So I suppose they don't want to see, particularly Angela Merkel does not want to see some sort of meltdown in Turkey.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, they've had their own tensions between Germany and Turkey, but yeah, as Europe's biggest economy, they don't want to see a meltdown right on the doorstep there. So there is some talk. There's no talk of aid yet. Turkey does have a $15 billion pledge from Qatar. So, that is one thing that Turkey can rely on. But that's not going to last forever. And there's a real sense that they need to adjust their fiscal policy and monetary policy in particular.